Stop scrolling. Just for 1 second. Stop. Look at your thumb. Right now, it's probably hovering over your screen, ready to swipe, ready to tap, ready to consume the next hit of digital dopamine. But here's what you don't realize. That thumb isn't yours anymore. It belongs to Mark Zuckerberg. It belongs to the algorithm. It belongs to a system that Korean German philosopher Byung-Chul calls the most sophisticated form of control ever created. You think you're choosing what to watch, what to like, who to follow, but you're not choosing anything. You're being chosen. Every single day, you wake up and voluntarily submit yourself to what Han calls digital panopticon, a prison where you are simultaneously the prisoner, the guard, and the warden. And the most terrifying part? You're paying for the privilege of your own imprisonment. Right now, as you watch this, algorithms are calculating your next move. They know you better than you know yourself. They know when you're sad, when you're lonely, when you're insecure. And they use that knowledge to keep you scrolling, keep you clicking, keep you consuming, until your thumb bleeds digital blood. Welcome to the age of psychopolits, where your mind isn't just being influenced, it's being colonized. Think about it. When did you last have an original thought that wasn't immediately filtered through the lens of will this get likes? When did you last experience a moment, a sunset, a meal, a kiss, without thinking about how it would look on Instagram? You haven't just documented your life, you've turned your entire existence into content for a machine that doesn't care if you live or die, as long as you keep engaging. Han warns us that we've entered an era where freedom has become the most effective form of domination. Not being forced to use social media, you're choosing to. No. You're not being commanded to share your private thoughts, you're volunteering them. You're not being ordered to surrender your attention, you're giving it away for free. But here's where it gets truly sinister. The like button isn't just a feature, it's a weapon of mass psychological destruction. Every notification, every heart, every thumbs up releases a small hit of dopamine in your brain. You've become a lab rat, pressing a lever for treats, except the treats are getting smaller, and you're pressing the lever faster. Your phone buzzes. Your heart rate increases. You feel a micro surge of anxiety until you check the notification. Unfamiliar. That's not technology serving you. That's you serving technology. You've become a biological battery powering the attention economy. And the most disturbing part? You're doing this to your children too. Han describes our current moment as the transparency society, where privacy isn't just dead, it's been murdered by our own hands. You've turned yourself into a brand, your relationships into networking opportunities, your emotions into engagement metrics. Your teenage daughter doesn't have body dysmorphia, she has Instagram dysmorphia. Your son doesn't have ADHD, he has TikTok brain. We've created a generation that can't sit in silence for 5 minutes without reaching for their phone. We've normalized a society where the average person checks their device 2,617 times per day. That's once every 12 minutes of your waking life. You're not living your performing life for an audience of strangers who will never love you back. But perhaps the most chilling insight from Han is this. Social media hasn't just changed how we communicate, it's fundamentally altered what it means to be human. You no longer have experiences, you have content opportunities. You don't have friends, you have followers. You don't have thoughts, you have posts waiting to happen. The self has become a startup that must constantly pivot, optimize, and scale. Your worth is measured not by your character, but by your metrics. Your value isn't intrinsic, it's algorithmic. Every scroll through your feed is a small act of self-harm. Every comparison to someone else's highlight reel is a tiny suicide of your authentic self. Every hour spent consuming content is an hour stolen from creating something meaningful. You're not connecting with people, you're connecting with their performance of themselves. Han calls this positive violence, violence that doesn't feel like violence because it comes wrapped in the language of choice, freedom, and self-expression. It's the violence of the influence who can't eat a meal without photographing it. It's the violence of the teenager who measures their worth in likes. It's the violence of the parent who's more present on social media than they are with their own children. The algorithm doesn't want you to be happy. Happiness is not profitable. It wants you to be engaged. And the fastest way to engagement is through outrage, envy, fear, and FOMO. Your timeline isn't designed to inform you. It's designed to inflame you. Your feed isn't curated to educate you. It's engineered to agitate you. You think you're staying connected, but you're actually becoming more isolated than any generation in human history. You think you're staying informed, but you're actually being systematically misinformed. You think you're expressing yourself, but you're actually conforming to algorithmic expectations of what expression should look like. So here's the question that should haunt you tonight. If your thumb belongs to the algorithm, if your thoughts are shaped by engagement metrics, if your relationships are mediated by machines, who exactly are you when you're not online? Warning is clear. We voluntarily entered a digital gulag where the guards have convinced us we're free. We've built our own prison and handed over the keys to corporations that see us not as human beings, but as data points to be harvested, packaged, and sold. The revolution won't be tweeted, it won't be posted, it won't be shared. It will happen in the quiet moments when you choose to look up from your screen and remember what it feels like to be human. But first, you have to recognize the bars of your cage, and they're made of likes, shares, and endless scrolling. Are you ready to remember who you were before the algorithm told you who to be?